Episode 7.
Well, how you guys doing? What's happened on this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous day in Detroit, man? We had, I think it was almost 80 degrees today. So how are you guys doing? I'm Manny Vitale, co-host of Music and Mayhem. And right now we are in the midst of waiting for the one and only Skyler. He's busy right now. And it's okay, because he's taking care of Pound Cake.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, let's get OG in the house. There you go.
Good evening, all, and thank you for all the wonderful birthday wishes. Now, of course, I know you all know the national holiday is today. There's Manny Vitale.
And I just want to thank you guys so much. It was very, very humbling to see the messages, the posts, the comments, and the kind words. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And man, I tell you, these years are just flying by. Just like what did that joke say? The older you get, man, it's your age is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the
And the faster it goes.
Yeah, the faster it goes.
That's why you stock up and have extra.
Yeah. So I'm being compared to toilet paper at my age. But no, seriously, man, I do appreciate it. It was, I tell you, I remember back in the day, I'd have a countdown. It was like my birthday month when you're young. I mean, you can't wait. It's just like, oh my God, it's like I got a month till my birthday and all this shit. And then all of a sudden you get the milestones where you're 15, you can get your permit to drive. Well, things have changed so much now, but then it was 16, you got your license, and then of course 21, and then we all know what happened then.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, I went from this 21-year-old crazy dude to this 59-year-old crazy dude.
Woo-hoo.
Just saying that.
Mm.
It is freaking weird. 59. 50 freaking 9. It's just a number.
A youngster.
I had someone say, Manny, it's just a number. You're only as old as you feel. I go, well, shit, don't tell me that. Do not tell me that, man. I'm old as I feel. I feel like I'm about 159.
Yeah.
Ginger, Amanda, how you doing? Danny. And happy doubles night to you all. And
For those
it's come to my attention that some of you are like, what the hell's Devil's Night? And Devil's Night, we, back in the day when I was a little shithead, it was celebrated Devil's Night. The day before Halloween, we'd go out and we would do little devilish things. Soap windows, ring doorbells, and, throw eggs, toilet paper trees, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Detroit decided to take it to another level. And for quite a while there, we were on national TV. We were on national media because Devil's Night Detroit meant burning down the city, which was absolutely terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, they've really, really done such a great job with promoting, which is now known as Angels Night. But for those who know me so well, they're like, oh, no. Manny, you were born on Devil's Night for a reason. Yeah, I was born at 10:30 at night.
Mm-hmm.
But see, Ginger, excuse me.
Okay.
Sorry, got me all choked up. Good to see you, Ginger. And who else we got here?
King Handsome
King Handsome.
in the house.
We are just waiting. King Handsome and Brianna, my broster, and
Manly Winter.
And we are just waiting for, like I said, Skyler is going to be here shortly. And we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. And there's the man. Skyler, what's going on, brother?
Uh-oh.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Yeah, put
You're
in my-
gone.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. We decided. We decided we are already live, man, because I had to give a pound cake update, man. People were wanted to make sure pound cake was okay.
She always all right.
Man, I tell you what, I didn't see the latest picture until OG showed me. Pound cake in a raincoat.
Uh, so cute, huh?
Oh my God,
Uh,
man. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am good.
I'm situated. I am ready. I do apologize.
Yeah.
World, what is up? It is episode 8 of Music and Mayhem. I woke up with a little bit of mayhem, and what I mean by mayhem is not having enough pep in my step. And
Uh-oh.
the last 16 minutes have flew by, and now I am here. So,
Hey, it's all good, brother. It's all good, man.
mm-hmm.
But so I gotta tell you what, I've been watching and listening, and it's just like, yeah, I love that new song. I
Which one?
love
The,
it.
the uh, I don't want to live life like this. Feels like every shot I miss. And that would go so hard,
Man,
huh?
I tell you what, it's yeah. Well, they're all freaking awesome, man. And
Thank
you're just
you.
dropping them, man. They're just dropping, man. I tell you, we were talking before about how sometimes you work so hard, you're working. Then sometimes, man, that flow hits, and they're just like, bam, there's one, there's another one.
Uh, they've
You
been
are in the
coming. It's been
groove.
nice. It's definitely been nice, man. I'm super excited for this release. I know I say that every single release, but
That's
I don't know.
okay.
This one's nice. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I've been trying to work on my choruses, my hooks. That's always been my weakest point, and so I'm just trying to sharpen my edges and make a better product. So I think this song's pretty good. So you know.
Well, I tell you what, brother, thinking about it, it's damn good. I mean, your shit
Thank
is
you.
just getting stronger and stronger. And I mean, I'm serious, man. And I'm not just saying it because you're my brother and all, but it's just every time, man, you can just see the
Thank
intensity.
you.
You can see the passion and all that. And it's just like, so I hit up OG. I'm like, he got another one. He's got another hit.
That's
He's
right.
I
another
got
hit.
another
He
one.
got another one. How's Kayla doing?
Kayla's doing good. Kayla's doing good. She should be home in a little bit. We'll probably relax, watch a movie, and she'll probably eat some dinner. Probably make her some dinner, and probably call it a night. Kind of relaxed yesterday. Well, actually, yesterday was pretty busy, and then I took a nap, and feel like that's what today is, right? You take that nap, you
Oh
wake
man.
up, and you're like,
You get the little hangover thing going. We just today, and it was so funny, man, because at work I go in and they're like, happy birthday, man. What are you doing? What are you doing for your birthday? And I'm like, well, Wheel of Fortune's on. I got Jeopardy.
what? Did OG do anything for her birthday or?
Yeah,
I'm not on here.
yeah, we
Made a birthday
I
celebration.
did like an improv OG roast.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
It was
she does so much. I mean, I give her shit. We all do, and just having fun. But
Yeah.
you know what? For her birthday, I just wanted to give a shout out to OG and to everybody, just to give an insight on all that she does do, and how
I got
much.
tired just listening to him.
Yeah, I mean, how much it's appreciated, and I had to stop, man, because I started to get a little sick. It's like,
Yeah.
I can't be too nice too long.
You can't.
But-
You can't. Then they're gonna start expecting stuff, or like that's like the new
Yeah.
normal, and we're
Yeah,
not doing
no.
that, okay?
No, hell no. They're like, well, wait a minute. He said no sugarcoating this shit, man. But yeah, so we just did a little improv roast of OG, and then of course we had to throw in some corny dad jokes. But that was about it, man. And then, like I said today, it's like shit. I mean, I'm 59. 50 freaking 9. I'm not 21. And but we were talking back in the day. I mean, it was 21. You got to go out.
You ain't 59, bro. You're sweet 16, never been kissed. Quit playing. I see you over there, little spring chicken.
Oh, bring something, brother.
My man.
You know what? With I was listening to your music, man, and how you go from like here to here. The hot, the intense, the back, and all that stuff. Where are you getting this from, man? I mean, what's like the motivation or your thought process? I mean, it's just because you're going from all these different angles and shit. I mean, they're awesome. So
Thank you.
Is there something going on? I mean, how do you do that?
I don't know. I
It's
think it's
just
just giving. I think it's just giving, like, especially like feeling like the feeling of the song. Like for example, the new song. Actually, probably like the last three or four I've done. I mean, it's like the first time in our life that, well, first time since I was a teenager that I haven't wrote my verses or my songs. So I think I'm kind of just listening to the beat, trying to figure out what I want to do, what type of mood I want to hit. For example, the like this, the new one that's coming out. Um, I kind of did like, the hook is more. I wanted to sing a little bit, but with that, I wanted to do kind of like you're defeated. You know what I'm saying? Because a couple people,
Mm-hmm.
a couple people I show, one person like, oh, you should like put more emotion, like if you're mad or whatever. And I was like, I hear you, but I wanted to do like you're defeated, like you're at the end. It's like your final thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like you're barely
yeah.
audible. It's like it's barely leaving your lips. I don't want to live life like this. You know what I'm saying? So
So
that's
yeah.
kind of where that comes from. But like I don't know, like the anger in like the voice. I don't know. Probably listening to too much Eminem.
Well, you know what, Joe?
Ah,
The thing is, though, actually, not being a singer artist and not understanding that stuff, but just life in general, man. I mean,
Yeah.
when I tell my story and when I go off on different things that I talk about, it's just like it's like the emotion takes over and dictates how I'm going to go, or the flow of the interview, or the
Yep.
flow of the stuff I'm talking about.
I think it's
Because
the same thing
sometimes
with music, Manny.
yeah, I was just because I was just thinking about that when you were talking. Because I was just thinking about some of the shows that I do. Because I have no idea which when I do a show, I don't know which way it's going to go
Yeah.
until we're in the middle of it, and then I just go with it. I mean, sometimes I'm having a good time laughing and all that. Sometimes we get that intense, and just like your music, it may start out one way, slow a little bit, and then also just really getting into it. So it's kind of the same thing. And you know what, brother? Just real quick here, I just wanted to give a shout out to a couple of people. Like I said, Ginger and Danny. And Danny, thank you very much, man. All you guys, I really appreciate the kind words of birthday wishes and all that, man. It was very, very humbling, man. Just going through and seeing everybody and the kind words. Trisha, like I said, Ginger, Heidi. Skyler, Heidi. Heidi. She has been part of our family since day one. And here she is, man. So Heidi, thank
She's
you so
incredible.
much.
She's incredible. Shout out to Heidi. She says,
Yes.
Skyler, do you have ADHD? I was diagnosed with it when as a kid. I mean, there's a good chance. I mean, I don't know, maybe. I do have so many thoughts going on my head at once. It would make sense that I have trouble focusing. Hyperactive. I know I have bursts of lots of energy, which that's what you see on stage and stuff like that. You know, I don't know if I was completely diagnosed right as a kid. I mean, maybe, but like I said, I was diagnosed as that. I mean, whatever. I mean, it works. I know I have like a couple different brains. Was it on this podcast we talked about that? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Where I'm like performing, then I'm like, man, when I get home, I'm gonna make me some food.
Yeah.
I'm gonna relax.
Yeah.
But then my other brain's just on stage. I'm like,
Singing.
hitting
we
it.
were talking about that, brother, because you were talking about here I am on stage getting singing. It's like I'm hungry.
Yeah.
While you were telling that story, I'm listening to you thinking about. Wait a minute, I know what he's talking about because my nickname, or not nickname, but I go by Blender Brain because I got all this shit going on. So while you were doing that, talking about your crazy thoughts, I was thinking about other things so we were both like,
I don't know why our brain is wired like that. It's just the way it is.
Well,
Also, shout out to Manly Winner. Thank you so much for the ongoing support. I appreciate you, man. I truly do. He's a talented producer. He's the one we gave shout out to back in the day that he sent me beats and I never listened to, and that was on me.
We were just wondering, man. But okay, Manly, okay, man, I got that. I remember that. Yeah.
And Cindy from the gym.
Cindy, and Cindy.
Amanda
One second.
Anders.
I'm gonna blow my nose. 1 second.
Uh-oh.
I hear it in my
Go
nostrils and I
ahead.
hear it in my voice.
So we'll say hi to Amber then.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll get some hello, Cindy. Cindy, we'll see you at the gym. We have Cindy, thank you, man. Tell Ryan I said hello, and hope to see you soon, man. You've been getting to the gym some crazy times, man, but I hope to see you. Let's see.
Don't forget King Handsome's on.
King Handsome, then Troy, Lois.
My boy. Whoa.
Whoop! Actually,
Whoa.
yeah. King Handsome's coming on, and
What day is you and King Handsome again?
January 13th.
January 13th.
January 13th. I see my guy Troy on here. Hey, shout out to Troy. So I want to give a quick shout out to Troy. Amazing person, amazing friend. Incredible. So look, he works a lot with like Central City Concern and things like that. And he helps a lot of people not only as like a mentor, but as like a good role model. I know he's been there for me a lot of times, single-handedly, like when I'm getting out of jail or prison. When I was in prison this last time, they were telling me that, my release might have to be delayed because I was getting out 3 months early on trans leave. I qualified for it because I stayed out of trouble, right?
Okay.
And so they were telling me that my release might be delayed because they have no housing in Central City Concern. And I remember getting a hold of Troy, leaving a voicemail, or I don't know if I left a voicemail. Anyways, I got a hold of Troy, right? And I was in prison, and so he got housing for me. So like he figured it out, and then like I was able to get out on time. So
Nice.
shout out to him, man. He's looked out for me so many times when I was getting out, when I needed housing, and I was worried about being homeless and things like that. So shout out to Troy.
Wow.
Hey,
Incredible
Troy,
person.
That's
So-
awesome. Where are you guys? Where's he located?
Portland, Oregon.
Okay, because I was going to say, man, but it sounds like he's probably got a lot of contacts and all that. Troy, if you can, man, if you can get a hold of me and OG, because we got a lot of, like I said, our family. I mean, we need help in a lot of different directions at different times. So the more contacts that we have in different areas would be great. So if that's something that maybe you wouldn't mind, maybe you want to throw your name out, get a hold of us, and we could chit chat to see if there's anything as far as connections or contacts in the Detroit metropolitan area. But not only that, but throughout the United States with anybody that maybe would be something that you might be interested in. That's up to you, but just wanted to throw it out there.
Absolutely. He's good people. He's good people. I always look forward to engaging with him just because I always knows he has a lot of knowledge, man. And like I know he's there for a lot of people that are going through a lot of situations. And so Troy has always came through clutch. When I got told no, I was like, let me call my guy on the inside. And they're like, oh yeah, we got a room. You got a place to stay. And I'm like, and also on top of that, like I know he's done it like more than that for like a lot of people. So good people. He will always be in my good graces. That's my friend. That's my boy. That's my, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Troy.
Man, brother, I tell you, it's so cool that when you think about our family. I've got some people that I've talked to when they ask questions about what we do, how we act, and different moods and attitudes, and they just look at people dealing with addiction as like we're like got this third eye or something like that, and they're like, well, they see us as mean and just not trustworthy because of our actions in the past.
Yeah.
But then when they hear our stories and they watch our shows and they hear these stories like you just said about here, giving, helping, lending a hand, reaching out, man. That's what we do in this family. And it's just, for people that see this, because I think I told you, I had someone one time talking to me and they're like, man, awesome show and all that. And I hear these stories, but it's got to be depressing. I'm like,
yeah.
And I said, life, it's you're hit all these different aspects of life. You got addiction, you got recovery. Sometimes you got stumbles, you got falls, just like in life, man.
Yes.
But with our family, you've got such a support system that it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it, man. I got some super solid people that are in my corner, that have my back, and I'm really grateful. A lot of people don't have one person they could count on.
That's
And
right.
I probably got about 5 people, if not a little bit more, that like I could really count on, like good friends, or like if I'm in a pickle, You know, it's like most likely they could help, and that's such a blessing because a lot of people, like I said, can't even say they have one. So that is
True.
really
That
cool.
is true.
It's grateful, man, to be able to, you know, pull yourself up and be able to build that support group. You know,
It is.
it takes time. It takes time to figure out who the solid ones are, who the real ones are, and it's crazy because like you don't find those people until you become the solid one. You
That's
know what
no,
I'm
that's
saying?
it too. And you
You
know
know,
what's crazy is I don't know if you got a chance to see the show Monday with Trisha Gibson,
I did not.
and we were talking, and just said something about we were talking about different things with what she was dealing with. And I go, well, what was it that helped you finally get to was it, did you go to counseling? Did you go to a recovery group, or what helped you? And she goes, us, my fight or war. She said, you guys, our family. She goes, listening to you guys, seeing you guys, finding you on social media, becoming part of our family is what helped her. And that's why it was so important after she said that to let everyone know that our comments, our stories mean so much. And here it turned her life around, man. So, I mean, it really does make such a difference. And I just looking at the screen now, man, Danny, and because we were talking about, I told the story about Danny and Katie and how they
rescuing you.
road service
Oh,
for
yeah.
you and
Oh, yeah.
Kayla. That was so fucking cool. It was 9-hour drive, wasn't it?
Yeah, 18-hour round trip. 9.5
hour
hours,
round.
so 18, 19-hour
Yeah.
round trip.
So, I mean, I don't know if you mind telling that story again, because I know we got some people that maybe didn't hear it, just to show that we're not just talking shit about, the people, what they do.
No,
And they're, because you know how we'll get people, oh, I'm there for you. I'm there. Call, and they won't even pick up the phone. Well, they did more than that. I mean, do you mind telling that story, what they did?
Yeah, absolutely. So there I was, butt naked, and I was no, I'm just joking. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Check it out. Check it
No,
out.
he's
So,
not. No,
I
he's not
appreciate you
joking.
guys. Yes, I will tell the story. Jack Blade said, "Brother, this is my first time catching the show. Congratulations.
Wait,
I hope you like
Jack
it."
Blade.
Hey,
Jack
that's
Blade.
Jack is we work together. That's my man.
Okay.
I got to talk to you about Jack after we're done here
Okay.
with what we got going. You're gonna freak out, man, when you hear what's going on. So Jack,
Okay.
thank you
Fair
for
enough.
popping
Fair
out,
enough.
brother. Thank you, Jackson,
Hey,
man.
let's go. So look,
Mm.
me and Kayla, we're traveling through Idaho. We got 2 gigs coming up. But the first one is a place in Challis, Idaho. It's about 9, maybe about 10 hours away from Portland, Oregon, right? And so we're heading out that way. And our van, oh, it's crazy because we should have turned around and rescheduled about an hour into the trip because Kayla noticed that the van was overheating on the gauge.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, okay. So we like, there's like a certain truck stop we always stop at. That's like our gas spot. Usually, like one person will take a nap until then, kind of figure out where we are, who's going to make that long push. And we're at this truck stop. And, you know, it's crazy because we pass this truck stop maybe like 10, 15 times a year on tour. It's always like when you're heading out this way or that way, you know? And so it was overheating and we're like, oh, let's go get some oil. And we're like, that's weird. It was like completely empty. Like we dumped so many like oil things. I was like, I don't never remember it taking this much. I was like, it must be like bone dry, like wild because her dad's a mechanic and he always checks like oils and like, you know, always checks everything before we go. And so we should have called it there. We should have called it there because that was a weird sign, right? And so we're sitting there, we're like, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and push through. And we get about 7.5 hours on the trip. And it's crazy because you have cell service the entire time, besides on like this hour and 15-minute section.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
cell service the whole time, besides about 7 hours into it, there's an hour and 15 minutes, you get no cell service. And we're almost like at the halfway mark of no cell service. And I just feel like there's no power. And it's weird. And the next thing you know, like the hood starts smoking. And I was like, yo, I was like, hold on, hold on. And so we pull over, like we're trying to weigh people down. Someone finally stops. You know, we get some, we didn't know what to do because we didn't have any more oil. So like we poured some water in it, you know, and then we like were able to get it going, right, with some water because we had no more oil. We were in the middle of nowhere. And so we're able to get it going a
He's
little
peeing
bit.
in it.
We get it to like the next town, right, where the service is basically non-existent still, but it's working touch and go. Um, and we're in this little town, and it's crazy because so this town um is built only has like 117 people in the whole town, the population. It's like somewhere in the middle of Idaho, 117 people, right?
Whoa.
And they're having this festival in their town. They do it once a year for one night, right? And it brings in a few thousand people. And so I think that's why there was no barely any service in this town because it was overloaded. All the hotels everywhere was taken up. Even like I was like, because we decided to pull it over, right? And when we pulled it over to get like some oil or some water, maybe see a mechanic, it was just like Friday after the 5 o'clock closing spot. So they're like, the
Oh
mechanic
man.
ain't gonna be until Monday. Then we gotta order whatever's wrong to fix it. So you're looking at like Tuesday before you even get on the road. And so I'm like, okay. And we're like filling up water. We're trying to call AAA. We pay for the premium. We pay so they have like AAA's like 100 mile, 4 free 100 miles. So you get 4 different 100 mile tows, or you can get the $150 or the 150 mile package or the 200 mile package. We got the 200 mile package, right? The best you can get. But the thing is, they don't tell you what this package is when you get it, it's still up to it's they call third parties. I never knew. I thought AAA just had trucks on deck and they're like, oh yeah, we'll come get you. Where you at? We'll fix you up. But no, what they do is they call mechanic places or they see if they have a tow truck that's willing to come get you and take the job. So when you pay for the 200
Oh.
premium best you can get, it's still up to the tow trucks to grab you. So the farther you're out, most likely they'll say no. And so I'm like, well, so you when you sold me on the best plan, you never told me most likely no one's gonna want to come grab you, so it's useless, right? So I was like, okay, so we're sitting there. I made a little post, right? Because we were planning on camping after this Idaho show. So we had like our big old tarp, we had like our sound equipment, we couldn't really leave our van too far because we had like
Your
$10,000
equipment,
worth of
man.
sound equipment easily, you know. We're ready for the show. And so we're sitting there and, we had a little like grill that we could like cook on. And I remember making a post and I was like, well, I was like, let's set up our thing. I was like, everybody's like camping on lawns because this town's so big. I said, why don't we just do that for the night? I said, I was like, let's cook some burgers, and have a little date like underneath the stars. And so I
Man,
made a
that
positive
sounds like a
post.
good time, man.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I made this post not to be like, I need help or poor me. It was
Yeah.
literally some long of the sort of, hey, like, life is crazy, but recovery is beautiful. Check it out. Like, our van broke down on the way here. We're in this random town, but it's actually kind of cool because we're set up and we're gonna have a date night with the love of my life underneath the stars. I got pound cake, the beauty of recovery. That was kind of
Sure.
like the post of like the breakdown, the summary of the post. And so I remember making that post. I go to run to the store, right? Because we're not getting help till Monday. Like there's nothing no one can do. Um, and I remember making a post and or I made the post and I went inside the store and there was this person that was in front of me, this lady. And she only had like not too many items, but she had her
I
stuff up on
remember
the belt.
that.
And she goes to buy it, and then she's like, "Oh, like, she's like, I go to walk up, and she's like, oh, you can go ahead. My husband's going to grab his wallet." And I was like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna be right back." And I said, "Okay." So I go ahead, and I see her as I'm checking out. I see her husband come in, and he's like, "Hey, babe, I forgot my wallet." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then I was like, "You want me to grab this for you?" And he's like, "No, I'm all right." And I was like, "Let me grab this for you." And he's like, "No, honestly, it's okay. Like, we don't really need the stuff. It's all right." And I told him, I was like, "Look," I was like, "we're touring artists. The van just broke down. AAA probably can't get us till Monday." I said, "I need this karma right now. You know what I'm saying? I need good karma." I said, "Let me buy this for you." I said, just let me handle it. And so he's like, "Okay, I'll let you handle it." And so I check out, and as soon as I get back to the van and I get on my phone, I got Danny's lady trying to get a hold of me,
Katie.
right? Katie.
Yeah.
And they came out, man. They came out. They wouldn't take no for an answer. They didn't ask for anything. And it's crazy because I told them no like 4 times. And they're like, well, just where are you at? We're coming. And I was like, no. And I remember looking at Kayla and I was like, it's crazy. These people want to come out, and help us. And, me and Kayla sat there for like 10, 15 minutes. We're like, oh, we're good. Like, like we'll take care of it. We're adults. And then like, I don't remember if it was me or Kayla said it. And one of us is like, should we take their help? Like, we never take help in life. Not everybody offers, but people offer, and we always just say, no, we're good, we're good, we're good. Right. And I was like, for one, it's like, we could really use the help.
So actually,
So he comes out, he drives the 9.5 hours, so it's an 18-hour round trip. He's seen the post, he came out, he arrived, he left that afternoon, didn't arrive till the next morning around like 7 or 8 a.m. Right? Found out our starter went out.
Wow.
He fixed it enough for us to get close enough within like 4 hours away from home. Then we got towed home. So shout out to Danny, man. He didn't ask for a dang thing, but we took care of him. We gave him merch, we gave him money, we paid for the part. But the point of that is he did all that without asking for anything or expecting anything.
That is so. I remember when you the first time. I think it was when you were on the show that first time. We were just talking about it. Was actually because he popped up, and when you told that story, man. I mean, our family, my father wore the next day or that night, but then the ones who missed it that saw the replay. We were getting messages left and right, man. Danny and Katie became like instant family celebrities. So
let's go.
That is so freaking cool, man.
Yeah. Great people. Look at Danny. He said 8 a.m. He know because he drove. You know what I'm saying? They say the person who poops on the corner don't remember, but the person who steps in the poop will always remember. So that man stepped in the poop, so he knows it's 8 a.m. I believe him.
Wait. Do that. So say that again.
So there I was, butt naked, and Danny came to get no. I said
naked, I stepped in some shit.
No, the person who poops on the street don't remember, but the person who steps in the poop will remember forever.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Am I right?
Into the wind. Yeah, and never piss into the wind. Shit rolls downhill.
Okay.
Shit does roll downhill. Point of the story, man Dan Gibson said he would do it all over again. Run it. I'm going to remember that, Dan, because we are going back to that spot next year. So,
and I told him too, I said, you know what, how far are you from Detroit, man? Because shit happens, And you know what, I'm going to, instead of AAA, I'm going to call Danny. So, we're on I-94, brother.
Yes, indeed. D&M Motor Services.
Oh man, I tell you, man, that is so cool, man. Like I said, there's so much going on. I know we got this next few days is going to be. I just got a message from Matt Cronin, who's our producer, and it's brother. This weekend is going to be insane. We're flying out to New York Friday morning. And we're going to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Matt has got
3 shows on Friday.
We've got 3 shows Friday, 4
on
Saturday and Sunday. And it's back to back. And he's rated back to back to back to back. And it's just like, he goes, you got plenty of time to sleep when you're dead. But, just talking about how Danny and the friends and the doors that are opening, the people you meet.
Yeah.
Ever since this happened with Ian and meeting Matt and Coach and all these guys, it's kind of like the same thing. Here, with you, it was with Danny and Kate. When we had an incident that happened, we were in New York. It was supposed to do a show. We originally were going to New York to just do some logistic stuff with Ian to talk about upcoming shows that me and him were going to do. And so we were just going to do like paperwork shit. And so that was the whole purpose of it. But then another person saw his show and took the clips from that show and put it on his show. And we did like 40,000 views like that. So he asked Ian if I would do his show, got a hold of me, so we were going to do that. Well, as soon as we land, I got a message saying that things changed and it was a whatever reason. So I wasn't real happy about it. But next thing you know, we ended up meeting Coach Dave and all these other people, just like he would have been your Danny. And all of a sudden, within 24 hours, we got Coach Dave, then we got Matt Cronin, then we got, this deal with, like I said, myself and Ian, and then AJ Galante. I mean, it was just like within 24 hours of something happening, we found our Danny. And
that's incredible.
Just didn't know him at all, and all of this happens, and it was in this great recovery world, and not only that, but this podcast world. And I mean, all about like the people in this mass social media group, where this is still new to us, man. But I tell you, the outreach that people have is just incredible. You don't, obviously physically contact with them or seeing them on a daily basis, but just by doing these shows, you get to know them, their personalities. And well, hell, that was just me and you. When you did the show, we had no choice.
Yeah.
We were doing a show. We were doing Music Mayhem.
Let's go, bro. I'm so excited for you, bro. Like that's incredible. Like all this stuff is happening. I know you two work so hard. I'm excited for you to be in the spotlight. I'm excited for it. Like you deserve everything coming your way. So Friday morning, you'll be flying out to New York.
Yep.
And I'll be flying out to Vegas. So
really, you know what? What time? What time are you doing Vegas?
I don't know. Maybe like 10. No. We'll be there. I think we'll be in Vegas by like 11. So probably like 8, 9.
What time do you think you're going to be at the airport?
Probably at like 7 a.m.
You know what? We'll talk after this because we're going to be at the airport around 8. So let's maybe get a live.
Oh my goodness!
From the airport, and we'll do.
If it lines up, I'll figure out what time we might be able to do that.
Yeah, we'll just do some weird shit like that, and then because I know we talked about doing some other stuff. I mean, we'll go wherever, man. And because I know I talked to some people before, they asked about where we were going to be. And it's just like, wherever, man, we'll set this up. But that would be cool as hell. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
There's the girl.
Mama.
She
tired and grumpy.
Man.
Mama, look, stay still.
Okay. Okay. There's baby.
Come on, Mama.
Okay.
Come on, Mama.
There you go.
There you are, Mama.
Yeah. Oh
my goodness.
Now
so grumpy.
That look right freaking there. Man, that is a.
I love you.
Yeah, she doesn't look too happy.
Oh, she's like, I'm a piss on your.
She had to wake up from a nap to come hear me yell in the vocal booth, and then now she's late on dinner, and she's just.
Right now, she's like, I'm gonna eat his shoes. I'm gonna piss on.
Feed me, Daddy.
She looks pissed.
Mama, it's okay, Mama.
Wow.
Oh man, she.
She's such a doll.
And
if it ships, it fits, right?
If it ships, it fits.
Backwards.
So I actually found a fan this year.
She goes.
I got a few reports. I was looking at the few reports about her overheating in the box, so we had to grab a fan. I got batteries. Matter of fact, there's a GoFundMe in my bio. We're looking for more AAA batteries.
You gotta have pound cake battery, man.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
hey, so
man.
Look, your birthday's coming up. Devil's Night.
It's tonight.
It's today.
It's right now.
Is it right now?
It's
It's
right
right
now.
Oh, Devil's Night's the day before Halloween, huh?
Yeah, man. October 30th. Yeah. Tonight I officially woke up old.
Yeah. All
That's
right,
okay.
so everybody, we about to sing Manny happy
Oh.
birthday. OG, you
Can
gonna
you do
sing it
that?
with me?
Oh, hell no.
All right, no worries, no worries.
You're
So
champ.
pop OG on too. I'm gonna sing happy birthday to you
No,
both.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
man,
I
brother.
was that's sweet.
There you
Get your
go.
finger out of your nose. You're live. So check it out. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Manny and OG. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
Oh, wait a minute, man. Let's
Music
see.
and Mayhem is filmed in front of a live audience. Cha
Can you
cha
hear
cha.
that at all? You can't hear that, can you? Clap it, damn it.
Don't you be doing this to me. Don't you be doing it. I will hook up the
Thank
auto
you,
tunes
man.
and sing it again to you.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Of course,
No.
man.
We're spending money
Our first birthday
for the duet
on
together.
Music
It's
and
a
Mayhem
sweet,
for our family.
yeah.
So
Hey,
the first of many to come.
Mhm.
Hey, you have
What?
to do it right. We got Kayla's birthday on the 7th,
7th of what?
November.
Oh, right. Just
What?
coming up.
When's yours?
November 28th.
Oh, okay.
November 28th.
Got it.
Yep, I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yeah, so is Kayla. Kayla's a
Oh.
Scorpio.
We're cool as hell.
Mhm.
Hey. I'll take that. I'll take that. I know a few Scorpios. You, Kayla. OG would be a Scorpio, huh?
That's right. That's right. You're
Okay.
surrounded.
You know what, man? We're all right there, November 7th and 28th. We got to plan something, man. We'll see what next year's like. Get together for our birthdays, fly out somewhere.
We always like doing something for our birthdays. That's why we're going to
That would be
Vegas.
so cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're just doing. Honestly, we usually go to Vegas a couple times a year. We like to go. I don't drink. Kayla, every once in a while, have a drink. We don't gamble, but I like to go float in the pool and eat chicken strips.
There
Hey,
you go.
hell yeah. Just
Let
look
that
at here.
belly out as you're just eating, just numbing
Oh.
some. You know what I'm saying? Hoping
Big
the
fat
lifeguard
love
don't
that
see
sucker.
you dipping some of the sauce inside the pool.
It better
You know
be
what I'm
the
saying?
sauce.
Yeah. Mm.
Let's see. Where did I saw someone who put this? Had where's the hey Ty's in the house.
Where's the confetti?
Ty, where's the confetti? Ty, how you doing, man? It's been a while. We haven't seen you in a bit. Ty, how you doing? Hope all is good. And there's Trisha. We were just talking about you, Trisha.
Yes, indeed.
Bragging about your show on Monday.
Mhm.
And
Is that's who was on Monday?
yeah, Trisha.
Okay.
Yep, Trish Gibson that was her first time doing the show. And so that was awesome. Rhonda Lee, Cassandra West. Of course, we got our Danny. We got AAA Danny.
AAA Danny, baby.
AAA Danny.
D and K.
Yeah, that's right.
D&K Motors.
D and K. Danny and Katie.
That's
you call
right.
D and K because it's on like Donkey Kong, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're not missing anybody. And
Ginger.
and you guys know, man, Ginger. And big shout out to Ginger. She took some time off, man, to chill and just relax a bit. So, Ginger, we are thinking about you all the time, man. Sending lots of love for you, Ginger.
You see
And
Diana?
like I said, my brother Jack Black. Jack Black is in the house.
Lady.
Jack Black,
Lane.
baby.
He's he's one of our top guys over at Wolverine Harley Davidson, man, taking care of our bikes over there. And me and Jack were talking, and we're going to chit chat some more. He's got a hell of a story, so we're going to discuss that about him coming on My Fight Our War, and we're going to do some stuff. And not only that, but we're going to discuss some other stuff. So Jack, man, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, brother.
Absolutely.
You got anyone else, Skyler, that do you see that I missed? Lois?
Shout out to
Troy?
Lois.
Troy,
Rhonda Lee's always showing love and support.
Rhonda, Lee, Cindy.
I feel bad for
Mhm.
Rhonda because she's been messaging me on Instagram. We've been talking, and then last few times I've been missing her messages. I don't know how, what, why. All of a sudden I get on and I'm like, oh no, she sent me like 2 messages, 3 messages.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So shout out to Rhonda. We got Marie Anderson in here, so shout out to her. Absolutely.
Then
Mhm.
Manly.
Yep. Yep, bro. It's crazy how many like cool people we have just tapping in. So many familiar names, episode after episode after episode.
Yeah,
That is consistency on their part. So I want to say thank you guys. It means a lot,
definitely.
to even have anybody paying attention. So thank you guys.
It just shows that we're doing something right. And Brianna, my broster, with her and Jared Blaine over at Define the Blacklist, and Jared, he's dropping music.
Yes, he is.
You've seen that stuff, so props to Jared. Check out his music on iTunes and Spotify as well.
Last Saturday, I think he dropped a song.
Yeah, was it Saturday?
Friday.
Friday.
Is your new song on iTunes yet?
You're everywhere.
I mean,
Is
can I
mine?
buy it? Can I buy it off iTunes?
I could send it to you.
No. Let me buy it.
We got connections. I think I know.
No, he's worked. He needs to earn some money.
The newest song will not be on there until the 9th, but Control's on there.
Okay.
That's a
Good.
good song, man.
Okay, good. Thanks.
I
Yep.
mean, they are, but I like that in Control.
Thank you. Yeah.
That
Yeah, you don't give your
I
stuff
got some
away.
good ones. I got some good ones in the chamber. Like I'm super. Oh, and this song that me and Kayla are working on right now with Futuristic. I got Kayla in the booth a couple days ago, 2 nights ago. Incredible. It's so nice to be able to when she sings. I'm
her
stoked.
voice.
I'm stoked. It's gonna be a big record. It has such a big sound, and I'm really excited to be working with Kayla again. She's such a busy lady. Such a busy lady.
Her, like I said, with you guys, with your style, her style, the way you come in with your rap and with her power. I mean, it's
Beautiful.
it's powerful, but it's like it's not over powerful. I mean, it's intense, it's strong, but it's smooth.
And
I
she's
mean,
as cute as she can be in the video.
yeah, I love that when she points at her head, like I can't remember the verse, but she points to her head.
Since a youngin', I've been hungry.
Yeah, but what-
Coming
but-
off the top like your medulla, Ninja
Yes,
Turtle out the
yeah,
sewer.
and then she kind of looks at you like,
Uh,
but man, just that smirk and just But man, I tell you though, Skyler has left the building.
Pound cake took him, dragged him out of the room.
Pound cake, wake me up. I'm gonna pull the fucking plug. How'd you get on there?
I don't know.
Did I put you in there?
Evidently.
Uh,
I can't reach
wait
the
a
button.
minute.
I can't reach the
Huh?
button, so it must be you.
Well, actually, the operation was a success. This is the new Skyler Ray.
Yeah, right,
This is Skyler and Kayla combined. You know what? I bet you got a phone call.
Oh, yeah,
And,
because he did that before. It went and it cut his
it
Is
was
that phone
Kayla
call?
calling. Kayla said we need to stop talking crap. She was calling. I
She's
didn't
like,
answer. I didn't answer. I shut her down and I said, "Listen, little lady,
We love you.
I am busy."
Yeah.
right now. And then you're like, she didn't hear that, did she?
So look. Rhonda was saying something about Futuristic. We have a song coming out with Futuristic. Me and Kayla does. I see Marie Anderson says
Casey,
Benjamin Lerner is going to be dropping new music soon. Do you guys know who that is?
Oh yeah, we've reached out a few times, but we haven't heard back from them.
Okay,
so we're gonna have to use you to get a little bit of pull.
We have a song coming out. Me and Benjamin.
Well, then, hello. Bring
We
him
have a
on
song
use the
coming out.
man.
Yeah, man, I've reached out a few times to him.
Okay, I'll reach out to him as well.
Tell him you know me.
I will. I
Tell him
definitely will.
from-
Yeah, I definitely will. Maybe we could bring him on this show or something.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's crazy because I've been peeping his stuff for about a year and a half, and I was like, this is an inspirational dude. He's doing his thing. And then like the last 6 months, I kind of been peeping him even more. And then like 3 months ago, I sent him a message because he started commenting on my stuff. We started following me. And then I sent him a message and I didn't hear anything. And then I left a comment and I was like, bro, you trying to work on some music? And he's like, oh, I would love to. Da, 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 da. And I was like, peep your messages. And he's like, oh, sorry. So it's probably the same thing. He just doesn't see the message because he saw it and he's like, oh, I've been following you for
Okay.
a minute. Like, would love to work.
Yeah.
So we got a song coming out. We're working on it. I know he just laid down the chorus for it. So that's cool to see his name on here. So if you guys are peeping this, make sure you go check that man out. He does a lot of cool stuff. He's very talented, very, very, very recovery based, and I love it.
When do you think this is gonna drop?
That's a good question. I have no clue. It
I
probably
mean,
Oh,
depends
okay.
on. I haven't even begun to discuss like any of his
oh,
releases, our team. So I don't know. I would hope that the record should be done in a couple weeks, but when it's gonna drop, it probably depends on like his team and stuff like that.
yeah.
I
Look,
don't,
look,
because I know he's
but
getting ready to work on it. Getting ready to drop an album too.
is she, Ben, is she on right now? Is she? Did
No,
you say?
no.
Oh, I thought you said you. I thought you said you saw him.
I saw his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Marie Anderson right here
Yeah.
said Benjamin
Oh, okay.
Lerner is
She
going to be
saw. I
dropping new
got you.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. I thought he was on here, but yeah, I tell you what, when you get a hold of him, man, let him know that hey, if he wants to pop on here with
Oh,
us,
absolutely.
and you guys do your thing, and man, we'll hell yeah, let him know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He's cool people though. He's really cool, man. It's one of those things where it's like I was leaving comments, he was leaving comments for like 6 months, just kind of showing each other love, but we never like
Yeah.
connected directly. And then we started talking through messages, and yeah, he would love to work. He would love to work.
That'd be great.
I'm excited for it just because I know his intentions, and he seems to be who he portrays himself to be, which I like to work with people like that. You know,
That-
you could tell when somebody's authentic, or they're just putting on like a facade, and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like that with him. So I'm excited
yeah,
to be able to build that, and see what happens and go from there, man.
that'd be cool, man. And you're right too, man. You got to be so careful, and I mean, especially man, after all that you and Kayla, I mean, have been doing and busting your ass, man. Last thing you need is everyone to anything to get in your way. Brenda, what's happening, Brenda? And thank you very much. And actually, Brenda actually was nice enough and sang too. Cassie, we haven't seen Cassie in a while.
Cassie's on board. Yep.
Cassie, how you doing? And thank you, Cassie. I hope all is well with you and the family.
Absolutely.
So many
Absolutely.
good friends.
Yeah, shout out to everybody popping on, man. It's really cool. Brenda is awesome. She's from Portland. She
Oh,
bought
okay.
some stuff from us, and we saw her at Hands Across the Bridge. It's an event where both sides they actually have this event all over the country. But thousands of people get together for the Portland and Vancouver one, and they connect hands across the bridge, linking the two states. Kind of just like a awareness of not being alone, right,
That's
in
awesome,
recovery.
man.
But me and Kayla has had the privilege of headlining the music portion for the last 3 years in a row. And so we met Brenda there, and she's really chill. She's cool. She's very fun, energetic, bubbly. So good people.
When is this? When's that event?
Hands across the
Yeah,
It is Labor Day, so the next coming year will be September 1st.
so, and it's every September 1st. And you said you and
It's
Kayla,
not
you've
every September 1st. It's every
but it's
Labor Day.
every Labor Day. But you guys have headlined the last three.
Last 3 years.
Well, shit,
Wow.
man, we gotta line something up because I know where we gotta be on Labor Day now.
Yeah.
That'd be cool as hell.
Yeah,
So that's just
yeah,
another
yeah,
thing to add on.
That certainly gives us enough lead time.
Let's add that to the list of things to do.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
yeah.
well.
It's a fun event.
And it's in Portland, Oregon?
It's in Portland, Oregon. I should know shortly if I'm gonna be. So they're switching over chair people, but I kind of reached out because at the last event we were asked if we wanted to headline again for the upcoming year, which would be 4 years in a row. So usually my friend Chelsea, she usually like does a chairperson, but everybody loves us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they asked us before we left. They're like, "Hey, next year again?" And I was like, "Yeah, we'll definitely be there." But I know they just switched chair people. But I reached out to the person who's probably getting the position, and they said that we should most likely get the invite back. They don't see why we wouldn't. They said everybody loves us on the board.
Well, when it's confirmed, let us know.
Yeah, let's confirm
because
first, and then
and because we got to make a call too. I remember I was telling you about a couple organizations here to get you into Detroit and to do that. I remember I sent you a text.
Yep,
And I did hear back. And and another one of those things though, it's tomorrow. I've got to meet with or talk with them tomorrow about this.
Mhm.
And I'll find out more information to get you here to Detroit. And so I'll work out the details with her tomorrow. And I just, she's getting that information so I don't forget. But yeah, we'll. I told them what we discussed, and they're definitely interested. And that'd be
fly. Yeah, we would love that, man. I would love to come back to Detroit. I definitely would. Speaking of Detroit, you know what I got recently? It just came in yesterday. Hold on. You probably don't know about these. These are a little bit before your time. But you know what this is?
Cassette?
Cassette tape, baby. Cassette tape.
Man, I got 8 tracks.
Yeah.
That was before then. I know you watch YouTube. That's cute. So this is before your time. So before CDs, do you know what CDs are?
No, I've heard of them.
Okay. I know you grew up in the streaming era, young buck, but listen up. So before that, they had CDs. They're called compound disc, and you can put your data on it. But those came out, and these made these obsolete. Before this, they had the 8-track. I remember I used to have that in my old Chevy. It used to be about this big, about this high up in there. Do you remember the 8-track?
They had these album things. These round things.
Called vinyl, but that's coming back.
LPs, 33s, 45. And they had these little yellow things you had to put in the middle of the freaking record. There you go.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You talking about these things?
Scratch.
I know these over there Googling old technology and in your earpiece. You ain't got to lie to me. I see her on the phone. You forget we can see her? So check it out. So this is actually a vinyl of the Slim Shady LP. Oh, you trying to hide your evidence. Get out of here. Don't forget I'm live so I can see who's on stage. Check it out. So this right here, look. What you know about this? Eminem's new album on cassette and vinyl. Let's go.
Wow.
Man.
Let's go.
Man, I tell you what, man, I was still talking to some people about that. They were asking, they go, you had to hide your excitement a little bit. They said that I thought he liked Eminem. Fuck,
no, my God.
Eminem, man. I go, he was, what were you, 4th row?
Fourth row.
Like
we were 4 people behind the stage at a 100-person concert. 100,000 person. 100,000 people. It was crazy. It was insane. Like truly, it was cool. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. I love Eminem. Come on now. Come on.
That was something, man. Just seeing the excitement and seeing it in your eyes, your face, and then all of a sudden, man, just seeing you're like a little kid on Christmas morning, man.
Oh!
I can't see. Happy little kid. Love you, honey. And glad to see you back, man. We missed you.
And Karen McCree is on.
Karen?
Yeah.
Where's Karen?
She's there.
And
cousin Tony?
My cousin Tony from Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, cousin Tony?
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, man, it's really cool. I would love to come back up to Detroit, man.
We got it. We will make it happen eventually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to it.
We gotta do that.
It's really fun, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back on the road and be touring again. Don't get me wrong, the time off is nice.
Good.
But I do love traveling and touring and seeing different cities. So
when does it start up again? When is the official startup for the next tour start?
We don't have an official date yet, but we usually it's probably going to be like towards the end of May.
That's when you're going to.
But we do shows. That's just for this tour alone. We do other tours. We do other shows. So technically, we do shows all year round.
Yeah.
But this particular tour will probably kick back up towards the end of May.
Do you have anything scheduled before that at this time yet? Or not yet?
No, I had a
What,
January 4th date, but that fell through.
when you
Going
head
on
to
vacation.
Spain, yeah, when you head to Spain and where you go, Italy?
Portugal or
I think December 10th.
Is
nice.
that, okay, and because what we need
2 weeks, 3 weeks. How long are you gonna be gone?
Oh, I think I'll be back December 23rd.
that's gonna be nice.
Yeah,
December
yeah.
20th, you're gonna be here. Oh yeah, man, you gotta celebrate Christmas with pound cake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get to come back, see Pound Cake. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be magic, especially coming back. You can't beat that, right? I'm excited
Oh,
to be able to
coming
go get
home.
her treats and toys and things like that. I love my Christmas now that I got my little family. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing, man. What holidays, man? What are you guys doing for Halloween?
Nothing.
Yeah, just chill, watch some scary movies, cuddle
I
up
don't
with
do
pound
scary
cake.
movies. I don't do.
You know
I'm
what?
afraid of the dark. I don't do scary
Fucking
movies.
hate scary movies.
I don't do them.
They were talking about scary movies. I'm like, no, 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 no. And they're like, I go, well, for me, it was like the old ones, Poltergeist, Shining. I'm like, that's my speed. Man, they're talking about this one. What was that chick? She comes out of the TV and walks downstairs.
The Ring.
Backwards.
The Ring.
Yeah. I'm like, no. No.
I used to do scary movies all the time. As a kid, my mom's a big horror person, right? All the slashers, all the crazy
No,
stuff,
no
the
thanks.
Texas
Oh,
Chainsaw Massacres, all
I
all the
did see
crazy like
that.
Exorcist, all that, like The Hills Have Eyes,
Mm-hmm. Last house on the left.
Hellraiser, things like that
Mhm.
with Pinhead, Freddy Krueger, Jason, Halloween, Pumpkinhead, all those movies, right? And I would watch them with her because it'd be like an adrenaline rush because you'd be so afraid. And then I started getting older and I realized as a man, being still afraid of the dark, like that's not a quality that I'm proud of, right?
Well,
So
hey,
I'm like, maybe I shouldn't watch this. And honestly, like I lived in a place where it was haunted for like 2 months. I
whoa.
lived in this apartment and crazy stuff would happen. Like my bed would shake violently. My ex that I used to date would get cut. The shadow would run up the wall and like you would see it swinging something on the wall and then all of a sudden cuts would appear across her arm. You would smell rotten flesh. This thing would hold people down. You would see it crawling across the walls and attacking like our guests in the living room. Um, we dealt with some crazy, crazy haunted, like real life, like no BS like
Yeah.
experiences. And ever since then, I was like, nah, I don't have anything in my mind. I don't see any images. I don't see any. I refuse to pollute my mind anyway like that. And I especially don't mess with any of like the spirits or
No.
demons or. I've seen it for real in real life, and that's one thing I will not watch or play with. Is
You know what? The one thing is when you
uh,
start like the Exorcist and all that. Like for
uh,
me, my faith. I was born and raised Catholic and all that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking watch anything like with all that shit with the Exorcist because I'm not gonna sit there and laugh and try to be tough guy making fun of something on TV and have this shit come through the screen at my
oh
get
my
into my
god,
karma, my mojo. But when I moved into my first house.
yeah,
And I was there for about a month, and I got a dog. I got Taz, and
yeah,
I remember sitting there, and it was when it's you're in the house, it's dark, and you're watching TV, and a light scene comes on, and the whole room looks like it's light, and
yeah.
then after that gets dark. Well, I'm in the kitchen, and all of a sudden it's getting real bright, and I'm like, what the hell? And I look, and I thought it was just the TV thing. Well, all of a sudden, I can see the whole room get real, real bright. And in my room, in my front room, I had a fan and a light in the middle with a remote control. And it would be a dimmer switch for the light and all that. So I'm thinking, oh, fuck, the dog got a hold of the remote.
Yeah.
So I go running in. I'm like, Taz. And he's sitting there staring up at the fan. And the remote's on the table. And the light's getting real bright. And it's going real. I was like, what the hell? So then all of a sudden, I go over because there's also the switch on the wall.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden it stops, and all of a sudden I hear this noise. The fan turns on, and it starts going. I'm like, what the shit? So I turn the fan, I pull the little string, it shuts off. I stop the fan, and all of a sudden I hear this noise. It turns on again, and now it's going the other way. And I just moved into this damn house. So I'm
That's
sitting there.
crazy.
Now Taz is looking up, and he starts backing up. And I was like, I remember that scene in Poltergeist where that dog's looking up at the ceiling, and all that shit happened. And in that house, I just moved in, and I had some other weird shit happen. But it was weird though because mine, it all had to do with light, and
The electricity and power and like they manipulate all that stuff like that.
But I had where I was working, this person was really into the spirit world and all that, and I was telling her about it, and she goes, "You don't seem like afraid when you're talking about it." I go, "It's just weird," and I go, "I know I should be," and she was really into this, and she said the light was a sign of security and safety for this spirit. Felt safe around me, and I'm just sitting here. This is back in my drinking party days too. I'm like, fuck that, man. Yeah, there was a few times. I mean, it would happen where like a light would turn on, and then of course all my friends had made fun of me. They're like, "Well, that's just because a remote control does whatever. Believe what you want to believe." But I didn't have anything happen like
bro.
you
It is crazy, bro. We used to, I used to go ahead. I'll get to mine in a second.
The last thing for me, and mine, thank God, was nothing scary. Mine was all cool shit, and it was right after my brother Jerry passed away, and he literally died in my arms. And I was, everyone was saying it's Jerry that's with you, and I never felt anything weird and all that, except one time I was standing in the living room, and I was right by the stairs. It was like a bungalow style house. And right next to me, there was 2 stairs, a landing, and then you go up the stairs, and there was a big window with vertical blinds. And I remember I was going into the closet. I shut the door, and sometimes if like your peripheral vision, all of a sudden you see something, and you're like, you go like that. Well, I was sitting there, and out of nowhere, I did that, and all of a sudden I felt like cold, like a cold breeze go like right through me, and then all of a sudden I heard this noise to my right, and I looked, and the vertical blinds were moving like it was the weirdest fucking thing.
That is so crazy, bro.
But but what you were talking about, seeing this shit on the wall, and then
the cuts. My ex used to scream and be like, "It cut me," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And cuts would just all of a sudden start appearing on her arm. It was crazy. It used to. That house made me so aggressive. I was aggressive as shit.
How long did you stay there?
Like 2 months, month and a half.
I mean.
It was insane. So check it out. So when I first moved in,
that's crazy.
It used to be a crack house, and then it was a heroin house or apartment. So it was a crack apartment, a heroin apartment, then back to a crack apartment, and then I started selling dope out of it, meth out of it when I moved there. So all the energy and supposedly like people overdosed at this apartment, like inside of there. And so like when I first moved in, there was like a closet, and that opened up, the doorknob that opened, there was a lock on the outside of it. And I was like, "Why is there a lock on this?" They're like, "Oh, it's to keep the spirits in." And I thought he was joking, and he might have just been, and it was just coincidence, But we started doing stuff. I'm telling you, it was crazy because I would see these ghosts. You could see them in reflections. Like when they're on the walls, the shadows, you could see them like crawling up the walls and stuff like that. And you would see them running across the ceiling, and they would come in the room and it would just get dark and cold. Right. But there's been times where I would see them only out of the reflections, doorknobs. I would see them like in reflections of glass, or like glass that you would drink out of. And they would have me under, like, it was crazy. Like my ex would come home sometimes or see me, and I would just be in the closet by myself in the dark talking. Right. And I've never had that before. Like I'm talking, and she said I was talking to something I called like my little homies. And I kind of remembered them because when I first started seeing the spirits in there, like, so you could see their reflections of what they are, and like reflections and stuff. But when you look dead on, it just looks like poofs of energy. It's very weird. It's kind of like there's like a haze, and it's like little poofs of energy. And we've had videos of like you could see footsteps on the carpet walking. You know what I'm saying? Coming at you and things like that. We have videos of like backpacks getting set up and getting zipped and opened all the way up and opening it up. Like, and no one's there. right? Like I'm telling you,
Damn,
like
man.
every once in a while, like she would smell. All of a sudden, there was a spirit used to follow her that would make her smell like rotten flesh,
Ugh,
right? And it would just be there, and we'd be sitting there all of a sudden, it'd be like rotten flesh in the room, or just it was the most foulest, grossest smell. Like, and I'm telling you, like it was insane. Like it, I don't know, it made everybody in the house was like super irritated, super aggressive. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like a few people got held at knife point, all this different stuff. Like the people that lived there before me, the owner was telling me don't make friends because the last person before he OD'd in this house and died. Like he got people came over and they tied him up and beat him up and held him hostage for a few days. And like,
Jesus.
and then when I was there, like I held somebody like hostage, basically knife point. Like it was insane. Like the energy was,
Mm,
we would used to have knocks on the door and I would look through the people and I would see somebody and I'm looking through the people and I open the door and no one would be there. Like crazy, crazy. I am telling you, like bed violently shaken. You would feel it get on the bed and like the whole bed would go like this a little bit and you'd feel it and it would sit on top of you. Right. And you could feel like cold hands on your wrist and like it was, and then you would smell stuff. It was insane.
No,
Like
no,
I'm
no, no,
telling you,
no.
once
Too
you
much.
experience stuff like that,
no,
right? And
thank you.
the crazy thing is I moved after that, right? And for years, that whatever was shaking my bed, I've lived in about 4 different places through like Central City Concern, housing and stuff like that. And my bed would continue to shake, right? It felt like somebody on one bottom corner, bottom left, and top right was going like this because it would just like start shaking. And I'd be like, oh my God, is that an earthquake? And
Damn,
nothing.
man. I
I
mean, that's just crazy shit. You know,
I'm
and
telling you, I'm telling
well,
you, once you experience that, like I don't need horror movies. I'm already
no,
afraid of
no,
the
no,
dark.
no,
I don't play
no,
around. Like I
no.
don't do anything scary.
You know, and you know, and there's people I'm sure watching right now who are like bullshit and all that. And I
Oh,
tell you what, and just like, and you know, it was funny with I had a bunch of people over, and we were watching football, and I was talking about this, and a few of my friends, my one friend, her and her husband, they believed in this stuff too, and they had
yeah.
weird things that happened. Like I said, nothing like what you're talking about, but a lot
No.
of the things were around lights and all that. So I'm sitting here talking about this stuff, and there was this other light that would go on and off. And I was talking about it. And they, of course, you know, bullshit. While we were talking, all of a sudden the light went on. And all of it's sitting right there. And they're like, yeah, right, Manny, where's the remote? And it was sitting over by them. And it was just one of those things where, and I took the one time, I had 2 dogs at this time, and they were playing, they're fighting and playing around. And I sat there and I just took my phone and I went just like this, and I snapped a picture, and I
Yeah.
looked down at it and it was blurry. So they were still there. I didn't move it at all. I took another one and I looked, and there they were. So I'm sitting there, and also I go back to that first picture, delete it, and all of a sudden I look, and it was a shadow, like an outline of, you could see, it looked like a little boy. You could see a hat, a
Mm.
feather in the hat, a collared shirt, the shoulders, all you could see. I'm looking at, I mean, I just had chills. I had goosebumps. I'm looking at this. It was unbelievable. I went to work the next day. I took the phone, showing people at work. And one of the girls I work with, it was extremely religious. Her husband's a pastor. And I handed her the phone. I go, Donna, check this out. Handed her the phone. She looked down. As soon as I didn't tell her what, she looked, and all of a sudden she screamed and dropped the phone. It
Mm.
was crazy, man. And, but just, you know, people can believe whatever they want. I'm not telling you to or not to,
Yeah.
but when you experience stuff like that, it's just,
Ah,
you
it's a
know,
whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. I'm telling you,
it,
like
it,
I respect the spirit world. And that's another reason why I believe in God because like if that stuff's real, then God has to be real.
there's
You
so
know what
many
I'm saying?
beliefs.
You can't have evil without the good.
And I tell you what, man, and
Like,
my faith is so strong. And
yeah.
it's just like, for as evil can be, you know, and it sounds kind of silly and all that. And no, actually, it's not fucking silly. Is I know with where I'm at now with my life and the faith I have, that you know, bring it on, man, because the faith in God, like you said,
You're
is
protected.
powerful and will get you through
Absolutely.
anything. But man, I tell you what, man, here I can honestly say, Skyler, when I brought up Halloween and all that, I did not expect to hear that. I mean, that's
Man,
crazy.
I'm telling you, like it's crazy. It's real. Yeah, that's why I don't do anything. Kayla don't really like horror movies as well. So we kind of made that pact in our house. We don't watch horror movies. Although we did watch something yesterday. Hold on, let me put pound cake on the ground. And if you guys ever see me moving back and forth, I'm not tweaking and geeking. I'm not moving and grooving. Almost 6 years sober, December 6th. I always have pound cake right next to me right here. So I'm always petting her. She wants stuff and like needy. So that's what it is if you guys always see me fidgeting. But I do need to put her on the ground. But 1 second.
And just so you know, pound cake is not a keyword or a flash word for blow or anything like that. I'm taking care of pound cake. Yeah.
There you go, mama.
Where'd she go?
Oh man,
It's funny. It's funny because she wants out of the room right now, but then she's about to come back in 20 seconds and want on her chair, so she's gonna cry. But whatever.
yeah.
She's already
Wow.
back in the room. Look at
Yeah.
her.
Uh-huh.
Mama, I'm not. She wants her food. But no. So look, with Halloween, so we just watched a movie last night. That was kind of. We decided that was kind of like a little too intense for us. You have seen Stephen King's Cell movie Cell with John Cusack and what's the guy the snakes on the Samuel L. Jackson. We watched that last night and it was kind of airy.
No. See, no, I don't do scary movies, man.
They said in the description, Netflix said that it was action and adventure. I was like, all right, you know, and I'm like, this
what
is
was the name of
suspense.
it? Cell?
What's what?
Cell?
Yeah, it's where CELL. It's where people are looking up. So like the cell phones like turn everybody into zombies.
Oh, okay.
Great. Thank you.
Just what we need to do.
No,
And I can do zombies. I'm watching the trailer and I was like, I can do zombie movies. Like, you know, but like it was just kind of eerie the way it was, and like this guy, the Raggedy Man, and everything, and I was like, that might have crossed the border of like what I allow or want to watch, you know. You know when you watch something kind of spooky, and I was like, we need a palate cleanser. So we got to throw like a comedy or like cartoon on or something, like, you know.
Oh my God!
That's a good Hallmark story.
Yeah, it's like no, or it's like okay, well, I go to sleep. No. Happy Devil's like
Kayla always needs a palate cleanser. A lot of times, like if we're watching like an action or like a mystery suspense, like Find the Serial Killer type movie.
Yeah.
You know, we'll watch those, but that's about the limit that we go. You know what I'm saying? Like a suspense thriller.
I'm with you, brother. I am with you, but you know what? Let's give a few more shout outs to some people, some fans instead of this. Heidi, thank you so much. And with Danny, what did he say? We had fun yesterday. It turned into our corny dad jokes for OG's roast. Mm-hmm. So we were doing some of those, man. I was thinking about you, man. I mean, that's when you knew that this was meant to be. That first show that we did together was just like, so, and I threw out some stupid ass joke, and you countered, and then I countered. It was like game on, and
hey, so we were cooking.
Now we just got like sheets of this stuff. No, we should have done is printed out some Halloween ones, man. Claustrophobic, I guess.
Two goats across the street.
Hey, man, did you hear the one about the claustrophobic astronaut?
No.
He just needed a little space. I'm sorry, man. This is that. Oh, what did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved. Oh,
hey! I like that one. I like that one. That's a good one.
Did you hear about the walnut at the cashew party? It was nuts.
Oh, hey, 2 peanuts crossed the street and one was assaulted. Oh,
and that's a cue for everyone watching right now. Come on with your corniest dad jokes before we end this, man. Well, let's end this on some corny dad joke stuff. Now that you scared the shit out of everybody.
We need a palate cleanser. Fire away. Fire away. Hey, hit me with your best ones. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to be an audience member. I'm going to enjoy it. I got my wolf hat. Go ahead, Manny.
Did you hear about the ice cream truck accident? It crashed on a rocky road.
Hey!
And we got to go back to
What do you use to clip your goose?
what?
What do pigs use to
What,
Wait a
what, huh?
minute. Wait. Here we go. Wait. You got to see this. This is usually what happens, Skyler, right here. See?
I got a nose for these things.
Well, see.
Come on, OG.
What? What?
What do pigs use to
What?
Hey, that one's got to be funny. That one's got to be funny. Go ahead, go hit us with it.
What?
Oh, Jesus. What?
She's aggressive.
What?
Oh, she's abusive and stuff, huh?
Oh, and he loves it. What do pigs use to clean up?
What?
Hot wash.
You like that, hogwash?
Oh,
You know what? She's just like,
done.
Oh, gee, that birthday might have put you over the hill.
Oh, you have no idea. Oh, yeah.
you okay?
Hey,
I'm fine.
You good?
that's a good one. Hogwash.
It's just silly. It's just cute. Better than the wave.
Oh, now she's trash. But
Don't
Oh,
you start
God.
feeling insecure and tearing down our castmates, OG.
yeah.
They were
hello.
both good jokes. They were
Okay,
solid.
fine. You're very kind.
Take her
That's
off the
a good
screen.
energy. Oh,
There we
God.
go.
Okay, bye.
There we go. I agree. Hey, Kimberly said her reaction was better than the joke. Your joke was really good, but your reaction was way better.
Wait, who said that?
Kimberly.
Yes, Kimberly, you are so right.
People, he tickles me every day.
She sits here and she'll just start laughing. I'm like, what? And she's like, what the hell? You having she's having a seizure. She's just like,
Oh, God.
She's a wild one.
yeah. She's like, what?
Hey, shout out to Kimberly. So, hey, I did a podcast with Kimberly yesterday. She has a podcast. She's a really awesome lady. I'm gonna be back on it Thursday as well.
Where? I don't see her.
Yes, there she's there. Kimberly Vertigan.
Kimberly L.
What show? What show does Kimberly do?
It's Twisted. It's called Twisted. And she does it. It's really cool. It's a podcast. That she does.
Twisted
A lot of times,
Truth.
like, yeah, we talked
Twisted
about
Truth.
like addiction and life. She's really into like frequencies, like energy and unseen twisted truths.
Well, she should be on the show.
Yeah, Kimberly.
Yeah.
Well, tell you what, man. Kimberly, hit us up, man, if you want to come on.
On Mondays.
Yeah, if you want, we're Kimberly
Vertigan.
yeah.
Yeah,
Her
she's good
reaction
people.
better than the joke.
Well.
Unseen twisted truths. Well, I tell you what, Kimberly, if you are interested, let us know, man. It sounds like
Yeah,
if you're interested,
Yeah.
please hit us up, man, because it'd be a pleasure.
absolutely. Absolutely. She's good people.
We're actually Clinton Township, but suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. We're actually. Are you in Detroit? Is Kimberly?
Oh, they're in Michigan. They're in Michigan. She's
Where-
from Michigan.
Where in Michigan?
Where you at?
She's gonna tell you. I gotta let Cakes upstairs. 1 second.
You got it. Kimberly, we are. Well, you know Michigan. Everyone says Detroit. You could be in
50 miles out of
in
it.
Marquette. You could be in Alpena. You could be in Hillman. You could be in Flint. Everyone says Detroit just because everyone knows Detroit, Michigan. But yeah, we're located.
Utica.
I'm in Flint, Pontiac. Oh yeah, you're right down. You're right down that 59. You're right down the Hall Road, man. Yeah. If you're interested, that'd be great. The more, the merrier, Kim.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's right. She's literally right down the road.
She
Well,
is.
I'm in Clinton Township, or Clinton. I used to be.
Utica.
I'm in Shelby Township, which is
Okay.
right down the road from Kimberly.
Less than
That's
20
crazy.
There
minutes.
you go. Yeah, there you go. Our family just grew some more
There you go. Beautiful.
Hey.
in Clinton Township. Before I moved here, Kimberly, I lived in Clinton Township too, right by Chippewa
High school.
High School, where Eminem's daughter went. right across the
That's-
street. Yep.
Mhm.
I told you how my run-in with Eminem, didn't I?
Uh-uh.
With me. There's a gym, used to be a gym at Shaner and Hall Road. And I was there forever. I mean, this is back in God, it had to be the mid to late 80s, somewhere around there. And he used to work at a bar in St. Clair Short, Gilbert's Bar.
Gilbert's, yeah, Gilbert's.
Yep, Gilbert's Lounge.
That's where
Lunch.
the infamous Marshmallows LP where he got the trash bag picture came from. I know
Yes.
about Gilbert.
Oh,
He got fired from Gilbert. Go
when
ahead,
you
go
come
ahead.
to Detroit, we're going there, man.
Oh yeah.
I believe me, I was there quite a bit, but I used to train at Powerhouse, and I was there on a Saturday, and I was just in one of my moods. I didn't want to fuck around, talk to anybody. So I'm in there, and these two big dudes, these big dudes, and this little white guy was sitting there.
Mm.
And they're over by the weights, and I'm trying to get in, and they were just standing right there, getting in the way. So I'm trying to scoot around them. Well, I did it like 3 or 4 times. Now I'm getting irritated. So I went by again the last time, and the one guy was standing a little bit closer to the weights and didn't move. So I kind of just moved him a little. And later on, I leave. I go into the locker room changing, and I come out, and Sam, who was the owner of the owner of the gym, he goes, "Manny, what are you picking on Eminem for?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "The guy that you pushed by the weights over there was Eminem." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I was like, well, those were his 2 bodyguards, and they were in the gym, and I was focused or hungover, one of the two. Or both. But yeah, so that was my claim to fame. So then he said something to Sam. He goes, "Hey man, who's that guy?" And he goes, "Well, that's Manny. He's been training here forever, and he also trains people." And he told Sam, he goes, "Well, I'm thinking about maybe joining a membership there and having them train me."
Oh,
and he goes, so Sam's like, "Hell yeah." Well, I never heard from him, but that was my one brush with Eminem.
That's crazy.
That's it.
Crazy.
That was.
You're so lucky. You're so lucky.
That would have been fabulous if you trained him.
Oh man, well, I'll tell you what, man, we're still gonna be, you know what our plans are, Scott. You know what our plans are in the future.
Hey, we working on it, baby. We working on it.
We are working on it, and you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way.
Send that energy to the universe. Bring it back. Come on.
I agree.
What do you call birds that stick together?
Flocks.
Velcros.
Hey, let's go.
That was good.
I like that.
Yeah. What was yours, Sarah?
Hogwash.
Yeah, hogwash.
Just hit me.
Hogwash.
He said, "What do pigs wash with? Hogwash."
Kimberly nailed it. Her reaction was better than the joke. That deserves a nose.
Oh, God, yeah.
That deserves a nose.
God.
Oh, in fact, here it is. What do pigs use to clean up?
Hogwash.
It just tickles me. I don't know why.
That's really nice. What's this? Whatever, man. Anyways, what else you got, man? You got anything else you want to shout out before we
not much, man. Just grinding away. Make sure you guys stay safe. Halloween. Make sure don't be putting no razor blades in no kids' candy.
No.
Don't be doing that.
No,
Check your kids' candy.
No.
Check your kids' candy.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if you heard during the OG roast. You didn't see it. OG, you should see. I saw her on drugs a couple months back when I had my back surgery, and what happened was, before I had my back surgeries, man, I would sleep maybe an hour. I mean, the pain was just intense, and I didn't like taking muscle relaxers, all that shit. And OG being a nurse, supposedly, she's like, you know what? She goes, she was getting a lot of good feedback from some of her patients that were doing the edibles, and they had different edibles. They were actually like for sleeping and like different things. And she goes, just try that, since the medication, it just the muscle relaxers, it did not sit well with me. So she got some, and I took a half of one, and I just did not like it. No big deal. Well, anyways, I had my back surgery, 7 hours in there, man. I mean, I was tore up. So I'm home, and OG was nice enough to help me. And so here she is supposed to be taking care of me, right? So I'm sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden she goes, I got a cramp. She goes, magnesium, kind of like her little laughing thing. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I look over, and she's got this weird look on her face, and she's just like, magnesium. And she's like, her eyes were all glassy. Yeah, so her eyes were like glassy. But while she goes, I got cramp, my leg. And I thought she was kidding. And she's grabbing towards her calf. But while she's talking, it was like slurred a little bit. And
Yeah.
I'm an EMT. I mean, I worked as an EMT. So as I'm looking at her eyes, and then I'm looking at her face, and then, just her lips. And there's a thing called a Cincinnati stroke test that you do, a test to see if someone's having a stroke, or CVA. But when you grab your leg like that, have those pains, it's called a deep vein thrombosis, like a clot in your leg. So now I'm like, because she wasn't acting right. Next thing you know, it starts getting a little more severe, where her words were not making sense. I'm like, nuh-uh. I called 911, and we had to get a rig here. And the paramedics come in, and they're talking, and you could see something was up. And they're like, is this, I heard normal, they go, well, she's freaking nuts, but not usually like this. But they're like, any medication, any this, any that, any history, any seizures? No. And they go, did she take anything different? And I'm like, no. Wait a minute. I go, did you take those gummies? And she ended up taking a whole gummy. And next thing you know, she wasn't having a stroke, thank God. She was not having a blood clot DVT, thank God. She was stoned out of her mind because she took a whole freaking gummy. And here she is. She's like, I'm going to throw up. So the paramedics are like, the good news is she's going to be fine. It's just she's stoned. So I'm like, she's supposed to take care of me. And I go, so now, wait, she's stoned. So now what? I got
What a caregiver.
What a caregiver. So she's sitting there holding the garbage can. She's like, I'm going to throw up. And then she's going like this. She's going, yeah, people pay for this. Yeah. And she was wasted. So, I mean, and it ended up being, everything was okay. So we actually did a little segment how thank God everything was okay. But I mean, then I was talking to someone at work who their small child got into a bag of edibles thinking they were gummy bears. Yeah. And got really sick, and how, we were joking about it at the time, but how serious you got to be with all this stuff. But OG was fucking stoned.
Kayla don't, so like, Kayla's tried like gummy, right? Just to kind of like relax, or like her body be sore. And she'll try to do it to get like the, what's the stuff that's good for you? Well, what's the stuff not THC.
The chemical.
Yeah, the THC is. Oh, THC. You mean? No, you're talking about the the one that you can get over, the CBD.
CBD. So look, she wanted it for the CBD, but she got like the weakest gummy bear. Yeah. But because you got to have a certain level of THC to activate the CBD. Uh-huh. And so like she got like the lowest form you can get. And she took part of it, and she's like, oh, I don't like the way this makes me feel. Because she's not taking it to get stoned or like to feel high. She's taking it for like the pain, Yeah. And she took it, and she's like, I'm good.
Yeah, me and
Scott, that actually happened to me. I took my buddy's truck one time, and I looked down in the console, and there was a bag, and it looked like freaking like gummy bears. And this was way back before they were legal and all that. Yeah. And I remember I grabbed like 3 or 4 of them, and I ate them. I came home from the store. I went to the store, came right back. Well, I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm just like looking around. I mean, all of a sudden it was like that. I was the strangest. I didn't know what it was. What's going on? My buddy's like, what's wrong with you, man? I'm like, I don't feel right, man. Something's wrong. And he's like, did you take some? Are you on some? I'm like, no, man. I go, the only thing I had was some of your candy. He goes, I don't have any candy. I go, yeah, in your truck. He goes, I don't have candy. I go, your gummy bears. He goes, dude, those are edibles, man. He goes, how many did you have? I go, like 3 or 4. I mean, I tell you what, it was the worst feeling.
Uh,
Oh my God, it was just
just
but
overpowered.
oh, it just was. I can't explain how.
See, you did know what I was going through.
Well, once I found out you're okay, I was funny as hell, man. I'm sitting there. She's holding her garbage can. She looked like a Saint Bernard, just drooling. And I go, you know what?
Yeah.
I go, scoot to your left. She goes like this. She just fell over. Oh yeah. Meanwhile, here my back's trashed, but anyway, all is well. How that came up, I don't know.
I don't know. But it's after 9 o'clock.
But anyways, brother, man, I love you, Skyler. And this is
I love you too,
number.
bro.
Is this number 8?
Number 8 in the books.
Number 8?
Officially number 8. Music and Mayhem in the books.
Music
Number
and
8.
Mayhem.
What's next Wednesday? Is that the 6th?
Oh shit! Are we?
Yes, it is because.
Oh, we're back on schedule.
We're back, yeah.
We're back.
Let me figure out what time I land because I get back on the 5th or the 6th. Let me figure out.
Oh, wait a minute.
But we might be able to do the 6th. I know the 7th is Kayla's birthday, and on accident I already booked something for that day.
That's good.
Well,
Yeah, well,
seventh.
tentatively the 6th.
We'll figure it out.
If you're in town.
We'll figure it out.
And not only that, but this Friday we'll talk. We'll talk tomorrow. Then we'll talk again Thursday night about possibly doing a little improv, just like something at the airports. We'll do our dueling airport live show.
Let's figure out time.
Vegas and we're off to New York.
Well, let's try to figure out time. Let's
Hell
try to figure that out.
Man.
We'll send it.
Well, listen, man, I love you, man. Tell Kayla we said hi and love her and pound cake as always.
Yes,
and,
indeed. Thank you so much and happy birthday, you two.
Thank you,
thank you, man. I love you, brother.
I love you too. You guys be good, all right?
All right, we'll talk to you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
All right,
Bye, man.